that statement that he said about the whole body count, it's not that us having a clear sign of your body count will fix all the world's problems.
No, it won't.
It is about what is the problem with the world right now. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of His and Hers. My name is Tuan. This is my beautiful wife.
Sim, great seeing everyone again, and thank you guys for all that love. As we can see, our ratings are up.
Yeah, no, we surpassed 1,000, so thank you everyone
you.
for making that happen for us. You know, and we'll definitely shout out you guys when we get to the new studio, and anyone that's been with us from the beginning. We really appreciate it. And, of course, anybody that's new to our channel, too, we really appreciate it as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so, guys, please, when you're here, subscribe to the channel, right? We still know there's a lot of shadow watchers out there, right? So stop
and you
shadow
know
watching.
who you guys are. You're shadowing. Come out of that shadow and subscribe, share, and show us some love.
Smash that like button, guys, right? Turn on your notification bell, right?
Ding.
Check out our channel over at TikTok at His&Hers YT, right? You guys just keep on continue sharing and commenting. We love all the comments as well, bad or or positive. Correct. Okay, guys.
Take it all.
Yeah. No, so exciting news, honey. Obviously, real quick update, right? We're almost done with the new place. Got all the furniture ready for the new studio, honey. So, guys, check us out in another month. We should have everything ready for you guys, okay? And please comment. Let us know what kind of content you guys would like to see at the next place. And, of course, just check out. We're going to be trying to, obviously, get some ways for you guys to help us engage and also maybe help us monetize the channel as well, too.
Definitely.
Right?
Give us some ideas.
Cool.
Brainstorm.
So, guys, we're going to be doing another reaction video today. And I know we had a really long one recently, honey, and it was with, Mr. Toxic Masculinity himself, right, Mr. Andrew Tate. But we can't escape this guy right now. He's like on every platform right now, which is a good thing, because really what's going on is that the RP community is starting to become mainstream.
Yes.
That's kind of what it is, right? And there's going to be this fight back. There's going to be this debate from both sides, right? And I think where our channel fits in really well, honey bun, is because we are more in the middle than most. Shout out to all the guys in the RP community, but for the most part, they push obviously a men's channel, right? Men's viewpoint, right? Advocating for men. And then, of course, there's so many different, ones advocating for women and gynocentrism and freaking, right? Obviously, just a women's feminist society right now. Yeah,
but as you can see with our channel, it's a His and Hers. As you can see the title, it's His and Hers. So it's both men and women that are important.
Correct. And it's because, once again, what it is, honey, is because of the truth. Because you cannot fulfill the truth with the best possible outcome, right, without having both sides. It's impossible, guys. I mean, you can tell me whatever you want. We'll have another talk about that, because then, you start getting to the whole LGBTQ debate, lesbians, homosexualism, right? And I have, obviously the truth has its, obviously, viewpoint on it, right? Because the truth is the truth. You can't fulfill the truth without a man and a woman, okay, guys? But hint for the next maybe possible videos, okay?
Yes.
But today our reaction video is going to be about Andrew Tate, and he is on a Nelk. Nelk and Andrew Tate debate body count is the the video that we're going to be reacting to. Yes. Okay, let's begin.
Let's begin.
Can I ask you something about the body count thing? About having chicks have their body counts on their foreheads?
No, you have to explain it first. Explain it be a professional, young man.
I will. Sorry.
Be a professional. We're on one of the biggest podcasts in the world, so please explain
He's new
to the podcast.
He's new to the pod too.
No, I'm not.
Explain to the podcast
You're still
what
on
I
trial
said.
a bit.
Wow, yeah, probably with this guy.
Yeah.
You said you had to have girls had to have lines for each body that they've had
That's
on
not,
their
that's
forehead.
not even what I said.
No, you said it would, if girls would have the number of body count or whatever they have on their head, it'd make everything way easier.
How so?
But how would it be displayed?
I didn't know exactly what you said after that, but I know.
I'm here on this podcast, you guys. You don't even understand what I said. I'm upset.
Because we want the audience to know, so we need you to dive into it.
I said that a lot of the world's problems could be fixed if women walked around with their body counts on their foreheads. I didn't say lines.
Sorry.
What would be fixed? Like world hunger?
Everything would be fixed, bro. I'm talking
why?
about society at large could benefit from that scenario.
What
How
does that fix?
Because you have to extrapolate it. You have to extrapolate it and look at it the meta point. If women can't,
Okay, guys. So, honey, so remember I told you, because this was during the whole Cheyenne Reynolds interview, right? When he said the women, if it would fix all these problems if they had the number of body counts in their head.
Yeah.
So, what do you think just about that initial comment, and just kind of just the comment in general with these guys that are, obviously asking him these questions? Because I have my thoughts. So, what do you think about that? Body count on the forehead.
Well, it definitely will help most of the men out there who are serious. So, like, if they're already 30, 35 to 40, they're ready to settle down. Hey, if you don't want to make a hoe into a housewife, that'll really deplete most of the high number body count women, like 50 to 100, body counts. You don't want those people as your wife, or even close to 20 body counts as your wife.
The magic number technically is 6.
Yeah, 6. Okay, so there you go. So, if the man is serious, boom, body count right there, boom, right there. And if you don't care, she has 6 and over, and you don't want a wife and you want the hoe, then you know what? There you go. So that'll help out a little bit of that,
Okay.
So.
Okay, bear with me, everyone. I'm going to kind of go on a little bit of a long rant right now. Okay, but that statement that he said about the whole body count, it's not that us having a clear sign of your body count will fix all the world's problems.
No, it won't.
It is about what is the problem with the world right now, right? Men, we understand, and this is why the RP community is springing up, right? Because I want to have this debate with all these people, left-leaning, right-leaning. I want to have all these debates because we're not focused on the truth, guys, right? We always come back to the truth. And what the problem is right now is women are no longer qualified to be wives, okay? We know men have to become. We all understand that. Men, we are not going to get any type of attraction level from the female to us, right? If we don't become. I mean, I wanted to point out, but look at these freaking schlubs standing next to Mr. Andrew Tate. You pan to the other guy that's literally wearing, like, I don't know, freaking just sloppy,
Shorts.
like he just got out of his, out of bed.
Or gym.
And then the other two guys who are just dressing casual.
Yeah.
And like Mr. Andrew Tate's dressing casual, but look how well he's put together. Okay? Women notice these things, guys. And I get it. If you have money, which those other guys do, right? They say, cool, you have money, you have resources. I can finesse this dude, right, for those resources because I know that his other values are not high, right? Once again, the truth, right? And plus, once again, the big lie, right, where we're just trading resources for sex, no longer commitment and no longer for the purpose of the truth.
Yeah.
Okay? And so that's the key, guys. Women, and this is the thing that the RP community is fighting about because I hear this so much from the other side, the BP guys or the females or the left-leaning, media that is trying to obviously push this feminism and this gynocentrism on us, right? It's like, well, men need to become better. We get that. Men has always needed to become better.
Yep.
We understand that if we don't become high-value men, at least relatively high value compared to everyone else, we're not going to get the sexual access from females. The problem right now is once we get that value, right, the problem why men are struggling so much right now and the reason why everyone is MGTOWing and everyone's becoming an incel and everyone's saying F the West, right? Forget the Western society where it's all going to shit, right? Send the asteroid, right? The reason why, guys, is because women are no longer wives. And what this whole statement by Mr. Andrew Tate saying, hey, if we had the number on our forehead, we would clearly see that none of you guys are qualified to be wives. That's what he's trying to say. It's not about us like knowing. We know already. Shoot, how many episodes have we seen on Fresh and Fit or all these other freaking RP communities? And the body count of these females are like 20, 30. And to them, that's like, oh, that's a low number. Or if I have single digits, if I have like 8 or 9, that's a low number. How is that a low number if we've already had studies that show that if you have 6 or higher, your marriage is bound to fail?
Yep.
20% success rate, 20% happiness rate.
Yep.
Right? So that's where I get about this whole body count on the forehead. Not that it would fix the world's problems.
It won't fix.
And maybe it will, maybe long term. But the key is that it'll point out our current problem. And they'll clearly point out, and that's the reason why they don't want it. That's why the reason why the Matrix, these left-leaning freaking the women, feminism, they don't want to expose that because they all know if you had that number on your forehead, it would show to the whole world that you are no longer qualified as wives.
Yeah.
End of subject.
I'm just saying already 80% aren't even qualified right now.
I'd say more than that, but
Yeah.
at least in the Western.
Just sleep with anybody and everybody because they're going to be known for it and shamed for it. They're going to be very, very selective with who they sleep with. If they're very, very selective, then men are going to have to be very, very, they're going to have to be very, very hardworking and very, very dedicated to becoming a man worth sleeping with. So now men are going to be more honorable. Men are going to try harder. Men are going to be more interested in making sure that they're a person who's upstanding in society. Women are going to be very selective who they choose. They're more likely to stick with a guy through thick and thin because they don't want to add a new number to their head. Families will return. Families are an extension of society as a whole, right? It's family, then it's town, then it's city, then it's state,
that makes somewhat sense.
No,
then
I
it's the
disagree.
country.
They should make a Black Mirror episode about that.
They should try it.
I disagree.
Of course you disagree.
But I'll tell you why.
Tell me why.
Because it's different. Like if you're looking for a one-night stand, and one chick has 3 bodies and one chick has 50, the chick with 50 is going to give you a way freakier night than the chick with 3. So I'd...
Thank you. So this guy's going off on something else, right? And so we wanted to talk his discussing point. Like I said, it's really difficult, guys, because they start, like I always say, they start going on to other topics, right? But what do you think, honey, about Mr. Tate's comment about how, families would return? If we all knew this number on the forehead, right, women would try to become better, men would become better, right? In essence, the reason being in his mind is because shame would come back. Now that you have this high body count on your forehead,
Because then people, both male and female, will know their true values. Because the woman, it's not out there just fidelity. Her focus is more on her man. And the man is focused more on the woman because he's like, well, her body count is low. She is saving that for me type deal, And then, of course, the best outcome is their child, right? Yeah. So then she is more focused on the child, not like wandering eyes all over the place. But she knows her true purpose. They both know what their purpose is, and their outcome is to raise a child.
Yeah. Well, therein lies the problem, right? The number on the forehead, by and large, by itself, doesn't focus on the truth.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So I get it. No, you and Mr. Andrew Tate is hoping for the same outcome. What I'm trying to say is by just posting the number on the forehead, and don't get me wrong, shame would occur, right? Because men would be like, oh my God, 300, not touching that with a 10-foot pole unless I just want to bang it. But see, therein lies the problem. Without the focus of the truth as your purpose, you're still going to want to have sex with this woman. Shoot, men are doing this right now. Right? How many men freaking go pay for sex? How many men go, sleep with all these 304s? There's a reason why we coined them 304s, right? They're not stopping having sex. We're just not committing to them.
Yeah.
But the problem is, why are we committing? The why is always the important, right? I always tell you guys, the why is the power. And until our society can focus back on the truth, this truth that we try to promote here on this channel, honey, all the time and focus on all the time. It doesn't matter what all these shaming and all the things we do. Because then you're just going to be like, oh, well, you're shaming me because I have sex, but you have sex as much as I do. You see what I'm saying? It's going to have these roundabout debates because you're going to say, well, I'm a woman and we're free now. We're just as equal as you are. This is why we have these debates that never end, because we don't focus on the truth. When we realize it's for the truth, then you can say, no, we're not equal. You are supposed to bring fidelity. The man is not. That's the value you're supposed to commit to him in exchange for his values.
And that's why I said once they realize their values, a man and a woman, then they know their purpose and truth.
I get that. Honey. No, but the problem is we don't. The problem is we don't start with the purpose. And when you don't start with the purpose, you're just going to say, well, why can't I sleep with as many men? Right? Well, why are you shaming me? Because you're going to start hearing this. And I'm hoping, guys, this conversation continues to continue because it's going to lead back to the truth. And this isn't something for me to, to try to hype my wife and I's channel up, right? But it's going to ultimately come back to the truth because truth is the only thing that answers all these questions, all these debates, okay? Because those are the values that you're supposed to bring. in exchange for the men's values.
Yep.
So when that number is on your forehead and you realize how high it is, you will feel shame. You will feel like, oh my God, I realize that I'm not qualified for this man if he's bringing his values.
Yep.
Okay, like we said, we know the men are supposed to bring our values. We all know that. Okay, let's hear what this guy
Maybe go
has
with
to
the girl
say.
with 50.
You're gonna walk around looking for chicks, thinking, I want one that smells
For a
of dick.
one-night stand, though.
I want one who's been plowed.
Who's gonna give you a freakier
Yeah, I
night?
wouldn't
Yeah,
want
Steiny,
that.
I
wouldn't want that.
I don't
G.
think
For
anyone
a
thinks
one-night
like that.
stand.
Any
Okay,
guys
two
would want
bodies.
that.
Two bodies.
Yeah, fucking, you can give me
Who the hell
virgin for a
goes?
one-night
Who the hell
stand.
goes
Yes,
for the
sir.
girl with the higher body
Bro, it's
count?
fresh puss.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
a-
but
that's a
yeah,
weird
but then there's a
take
lot
right
more.
there.
There's a lot more like bullshit behind the scenes that you guys probably aren't
Has
thinking
anyone
about.
ever heard that?
I would never.
Just confirmed it.
You don't
if
understand
I
the
knew
logic.
A girl had 100 bodies or 200.
Okay, so if she
I
has
would never
one,
fuck her.
if she has one, and then another chick has 10, who would you rather
One.
smash?
One. All day.
Okay,
What's
well,
wrong with
you
you,
guys
bro?
just don't get freaky, I guess. Obviously.
Well, I mean,
But it's not about. I don't think it's
freaky.
about
I mean, if you want chicks who smell a dick, that's your thing. But that ain't my thing, and I don't think it's most men's thing.
Go ahead, pause that. Video's over, guys. But see,
Yeah.
that last whole debate, real quick, that whole conversation, that just confirmed what I just talked about.
Yeah.
The guy who looks like a total beta. I don't know who he is. I'm sorry, dude,
Yeah.
but you do, right? You're not dressed up. You're slouching. You're sitting down. You look like a loser, for lack of better words. But he's saying that I would prefer sleeping with the women that has a higher body count.
Yep.
And he makes a good point. Because once again, when
He's
we're
not
not
committing.
focused on the truth and we're not committing to that woman,
not.
and you just want potentially a better sexual experience,
That's why.
100%. You want the person that's going to be more experienced, but will you commit to that woman?
You won't.
Will you obviously pursue the truth with that woman?
Nope.
100% hail to the no.
I'm telling you guys right now, look into your eyes. The higher body count woman will not. Those men-
Recreational use
it's
only.
just use. Yeah, it's just for fun, just a fling thing. I don't care how beautiful you are, how whatever wealthy you are, whatever else. Most of those men, when they hear the body count and you're promiscuous and you're just sleeping around, they're not going to put a ring on your finger, walk down that aisle with you.
Correct.
And if he did, trust me, it's not going to last.
Yeah.
It will not last. If not, hey, come and debate on
Yeah.
our channel and see what you're thinking. Because you know what? It won't happen.
Well, it's proven, guys. We have the
Yeah.
lowest divorce marriage rates, right? We have still have the highest divorce rates,
Yep.
even though we have the lowest marriage rates, right? We have the lowest childbirth rates right now,
Yep.
right? Doesn't matter what you say. Oh, it feels good or it should be this way. The reality is showing you. That's what I'm trying to say. No matter how all these social constructs and all these freaking fake ideologies that we try to push on our society, we always go back to the truth. Have you noticed that? So it doesn't matter how much you want to say men and women are equal and you can freaking sleep around with as many women as you want, but the truth always still reveals that men don't want to
Yep.
commit to you.
Facts are facts. Men are attracted to women like a low body count. That's a fact. Okay? Being feminine.
Well,
having certain values.
The
Okay?
key is commitment. The key is committing your values, right? Think about it, guys. If I had to tell you, okay, hey, you're born with nothing, or I give you nothing. You got to go bust your ass. And then once you bust your butt, you might get access to this thing, right? And this thing I'm talking about, right, guys, is fidelity, right? So you got to work, put in your hours, put in your years, bust your butt,
Yep.
right? And become this thing that eventually will give you access. So not everyone's guaranteed this thing, this fidelity,
Yep.
okay? But now, feminism, now, this whole fake, false ideology has pretty much just allowed fidelity to be just given away.
Like
Right?
it's nothing.
Women are just literally 304s and just giving away. So now the value is nothing. So a man that goes and busts his butt and is he understands that. He understands, hey, to get access to this fidelity, I have to commit all my values that I've worked so hard to get. Right? But now this fidelity is worth nothing. You've given it away to dudes for nothing. You've given it to more than multiple dudes, 20,
Yep.
30, 100, 300 people.
Which is very
For
sad.
nothing,
Yep.
for no commitment in return. But yet I'm supposed to pay full price for this?
Nope.
I've reached the mountaintop. I've busted my ass for years, and now I'm supposed to give my life. Like women, right? Guys, don't cap, right? Women expect us, once we become that man, right, to give all
Everything.
that values until our dying day.
Resources,
Right?
everything
How
else.
many women on these shows say, hey, you can't go sleep with another woman. You're supposed to be committed to me. But why are we committed to you when you've already given your most precious value to over 20, 30 people?
To almost everyone.
For no commitment in return.
Think of it this way. For the men and women to understand, right? For a women, if you bought an expensive purse, right? Expensive, valuable purse. But everybody's touched it. Handprints are on it. It's used. It's dirty. Would you want to pay full price? Does it still look valuable? No, it doesn't. For a man, the car is so old, broken down, which is like a woman. It's been driven so much. Would you pay full price?
Yeah.
Would you pay full price?
And that's the key, guys.
There you go.
You can use either the purse analogy or the car analogy that my wife just said, but the key factor, and you mentioned that at the end, honey, is the drive. You've let people use this product.
Yep.
Multiple people use this product. So in essence, you've given it out for nothing in return, no collateral, right? You didn't say, hey, give me $100 so that way you can hold this purse for me, right? You didn't give anything. You pretty much said, hey, here, have it for a low value, and then I'll just take it back, right? So same thing with the car. You've let me driven your car, and then just give it back, right?
Well, I'm just
and
saying
then now, somehow, you're going to, through all doing all that, somehow you're going to find just one buyer that's going to want your used product for the full lifetime of his ownership.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying
No.
if it's a used item, if the car is used, it's old, or the purse is beat up, I wouldn't want to pay full price for it.
I'm saying
it's not
that,
brand new anymore.
Mama, we're saying this right now. That's what I'm trying to talk about. That's the analogy. The analogy is that it's not that it's just dirty or that it's been touched. The point is it's been actually used. It's actually been given to this other person to use. And obviously without a full commitment. And so now you're expecting somehow someone just to come in once again who has become. How many women sit on these shows and they say what they want, the top tier HVM, right? High value man, right? So after you've gone and done all that usage on yourself, now you want this guy who's busted his butt to become to commit to you 100% fully.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense, guys.
Nope.
It doesn't make sense. Imagine if you're a female. Let me reverse. Let me put it into always the female's perspective so you guys can see how delusional, how asinine it is. Okay? Imagine if you're a top tier female, right? Top 9%, 10%, I mean, in terms of beauty, right? 5'10", 6 foot, model-esque, right? Victoria's Secret model, freaking Miss Universe, right? You're 21, 22 years old, at your peak, at your prime, right? And of course, you have a no body count. Let's say you're a virgin, or you're just at maybe one body count at the most. Okay? Would you give yourself to some dude that has no value on his end?
Most likely, no.
Overweight, right? Under 5'10", right? 5'10" or below, right? No money, no clout, no ambition, right? It's the same analogy. It comes back to the truth, and it comes back to the values. If your values are high, you expect high value in return. It's that simple, guys. And so when your value is low, you can't expect high value in return.
So argue with us. Is it true?
Yeah.
There you go. You want to make comments right there. Argue with us if you agree.
And we'll get to another dilemma, guys, because obviously men aren't perfect. You know, we'll talk about where men still need to improve. But that's another video, guys. But that was a good reaction. It's a lot in that one statement.
True.
And I'm glad Andrew Tate's going viral. I'm glad the RP community is going mainstream because it's going to expose and hopefully, like I said, lead everyone to the truth. And that's the key.
Very true.
Okay. All right, guys.
Thank you. Bye.